Anchor Christine Barconi joining us now from the NBC4i Streaming Center with a look at all of the stories making headlines online this afternoon. Hi, Christine.
Hey, good afternoon, Brad. A 29-year-old man will be spending the next 3 years in prison for conspiring with others to trick victims, that is, into mailing more than $1 million by pretending to be federal government officials. Sagar Kumar Patel is ordered to pay $1.1 million in restitution after pleading guilty to the charges late last year. According to the U.S. Attorney Kenneth Parker for the Southern District of Ohio, he and co-conspirators would call victims claiming to be law enforcement officers or attorneys working for the government and threaten them by falsely informing them that they've had active warrants for their arrest if they do not send large sums of money. Dublin police officers caught Patel in the summer of 2021 with tens of thousands of dollars in his vehicle. You can read more about this case on NBC4i.com. Also trending, federal prosecutors say reality TV stars Todd and Chrisley were driven by greed as they engaged in an extensive bank fraud scheme and then hid their wealth from tax authorities while flaunting their lavish lifestyle. The Chrisley Knows Best stars are being sentenced this week in Atlanta after they were found guilty on federal charges back in June. The two could face years, even decades of jail time for these charges. And 3 people were arrested after a large amount of drugs, vehicles, guns, and cash were seized during a search in Hamilton, according to the Butler County Sheriff's Office. Charles Rollin, Cameron Bush, and Heather Colby were arrested yesterday and charged with possession of drugs and drug trafficking. Law enforcement officials say the search and arrest came after a 4-month-long investigation. And finally, we have to end on a rivalry week story. Trending now is a look at who Ohio State could face if they beat the team up north this Saturday to clinch the Big Ten East Division title. Now, because the Big Ten West, it's a little bit more open and complicated. It could be a variety of things going on here. First off, now it could be Iowa. At 7-4 on the season, they are the only team who controls their own destiny at this point in the West. If they beat Nebraska when they play them Friday at 4 p.m., they're in. However, if they do not, here we go. It could be Purdue if Iowa loses and then they also beat Indiana. But if those two things do not happen, Illinois comes into play with another shot. They would also have to beat Northwestern if the other teams lose this Saturday as well. It's a whole thing. We've got a chart, break it down for you on NBC4i.com, Brad.
Yeah, you got to let the whole thing play out. Nobody really cares about that situation until after this big game. You got a score for us on Saturday?
No, I don't do that.
Oh. No. All right, we'll chat more. Thank you. Appreciate it.